warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
So, good evening, good afternoon, everyone. So I'd like to start this speech on this beautiful evening here. So I'm going to start by pointing out some negatives in why, should free trade come to fruition. So the first thing is, how will our product and industry compete? Competing in the open market will make local product less relevant, will make local industry less relevant. We will lose in the product export market because their products are cheaper and is better in quality. You did say about protectionism, but protectionism may not always happen in this sense, especially that we're talking about after. Then I will continue on. Hold on. We will lose in the product market because their products are cheaper and is better in quality. Take for instance the rice. If you look at the quality of Thailand's rice, which Thailand is in Asian, which is in AFTA, the rice quality of Thailand are way superior than our rice. Then look at the quality of our rice. They are in a deplorable state. All these are backed by the research done by the USDA FAS. Then I will move on to my second point, which is the flooding of import products in our market. This is really bad for our country because this means that bootleg products like toys from China will flood in, and our local traditional toys will not be able to compete with them because which will make our product less relevant, and because people will prefer import product. Research was done by IOSR GHSS. GHSS stands for the about 58.9% of people would prefer import product that has virtually the same quality with local product. That is quite astonishing. Then I shall move on to my next point. Rampant speculative investation. And if you know speculative investation, it's really bad, especially in the after the free trade environment. This is really bad for our country. So basically, any investment invested in Indonesia can be forfeited or cancelled at any time desired by the investor. This can affect our economy stability, and we would not want that speculative investment. Another thing is the dependency problem. A lot of loans which we have made to abroad countries it's basically happening a lot of the time. Our government has made a loan summing up to $7.9 trillion. This has been really bad for our country until now, of course, and because of the loan, we will grow dependency with said country. Then the last point that I can make is the increased consumption rate. A 2008 study shown that as much as 68% of our population are consumptive by nature. This means that our population are more able in consuming something than producing it. This is, ladies and gentlemen, before after. The the rate has increased to 76%. Though that might not seem so large in the scope, but if you see in the population number, that is quite excessive, actually. there's yeah, the research was done after yeah. So yeah, I'd like to point out a mistake by the opposition. One where it said an increased access to technology. Well, I don't think this is quite valid of a point, because we're talking about AFTA here again, and you gave an example with Japan. We do have a country that is developed in technology, which is Singapore. But imagine this: in AFTA, they would they share that much of its technology to us, to Indonesia? I don't think so. So I'll take it if you want.
So do you think using your method it will be more successful rather than using our method, yeah, transferring technologies to those developed countries? So do you think that your method will be more successful rather than ours?
Let me ask you first. Has there been any solid evidence, any concrete evidence in which your statement is a technology transfer has happened before? I want to hear that first. So, yeah, so I'd like to restate the points that I've made. So yeah, our product will be less likely to compete, will have less chance in competing with the product of the free trade area. And also there is the other problem, which is the flooding of import product in our market. Another one is rampant speculative infestation. And another thing is also the dependency problem, and the last is the increased consumption rate. That would be all from me. Thank you very much. I hope that this will convince you that this House should reject free trade. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.